He sat there with ashen face, staring at you intently. His expression was extremely sharp. Can you let me say something? What is it? Isn't it cute how the man is sulking? I told Rohun about helping him to find his dad, but you didn't expect that person to be me. No, you interrupted. Jungkook, can you not be so irritable? I'm already with you and you are so mean to me. Well, that's true. You are with him sooner or later. Your child have to call him dad. Thinking about this, he pursed his lips. Okay, I will stay here and see my son opening the gifts. Your eyes widened. Did it really make your mind? He is determined this time. You can't get away from it anymore. Alright then, wait here. I'm going to take bath. Mixing with male and female voices, Jenny immediately pulled Rowoon away from there. Rowoon, maybe mummy is busy. It's not appropriate for you to go in her room at this time. Let's bath first. You are smelling sweat. She immediately pulled Rowoon from there. 10 minutes after bath, they both started to play game. Did dad give all these to me? Can I meet my dad now? Not now. Aunt Nini, why? Jenny couldn't find excuse. Like why she get into this mess? She can't say that his mommy and dad are working hard to give him younger brother or sister. Do you want to disturb them now? Can she kill her? She can't say it to this innocent child. These two terrifying lovebirds. After half hour, Rowoon won the video game. Aunt Nini, you are losing to baby. He jumped on bed. Okay, I gave you chance to be happy. You should cherish that you caught aunt like me. Both stuck their tongue out to tease. I am going to eat some fruits. Rowoon jumped down from bed. Are you serious? You have big appetizer. Jenny walked behind him, passing by your room. There is no sound coming from inside the room anymore. Jenny sighed of a relief. You go and wash some fruits first. Rowoon nodded and went himself. Jenny knew it was not a good thing to disturb couple. But since Rowoon is here, she braced herself and went near your room. She didn't knock immediately, but leaned on the door to eavesdrop first to confirm if there is really not sound. Glad they're finished. Just as she raised her head to knock the door suddenly opened from inside, and the girl who is leaning against the door, supporting her whole weight, couldn't balance herself and fell forward. The figure standing there also dodged slightly, and Jenny connected to the cold floor. She yelped in pain and rubbed her face and slowly looked up. Jenny, you're hiding under the blanket, feeling extremely embarrassed. As you didn't expect Jungkook to put his clothes on and went to open the door without giving you time to put yours. So you hurriedly pulled the blanket over you and just poked out your head. Jenny slowly looked up because she was laying on the floor. When she looked up, man was looking down with his sharp gaze, giving chill to one's body. Her face paled and quickly got up and moved. Sorry to bother you. She quickly closed the door and ran towards her room. Thinking that you should know that she brought Rowoon back already. Thinking about the Rowoon's face, they clearly looked the same, but why Rowoon looked so good and Jungkook looked scary? To her, she was frightened by his murderous gaze just now. After Jenny left, your expression changed, so Rowoon is also here. Jungkook crossed his arms. Now he's going to meet that child. So you looked at him, buttoning your clothes on. Wait a minute. First, did he up your clothes? He checked his outfit. His shirt was wrinkled a little. Master John, take it off. I will iron it. He took off without hesitation and gave it to you. You placed his shirt on table and started to iron it. It's rare to see his clothes being wrinkled, cause he always maintained his clothes like his manner. He was born noble and he have elegant. That's maybe the case. You wanted Jungkook to have better image in front of Rowoon. Your expression was little serious doing things. You bent a little and moved yourself with iron, looking so gentle on his shirt. Long hair was tied up as messy bun, and a few strands of hair hung down, and it covered your face a little. His heart was so soft looking at you. He walked closer and wrapped his hands around your waist and leaned on your shoulder. You're so beautiful. You smiled. Nowadays, he never stops praising you. He is so in love. After done ironing, you handed him his shirt. Put it on. He did as asked, and you personally tied his tie for him. Whole time he looked at you, not even blinking. There was a touch of affection in his black eyes. You were gentle as fairy that he couldn't help and bent down to hug you. You were stunned. I just ironed your clothes. Don't wrinkle it again. You patted his back. I won't let you down. In the future, I will take a good care of you both. He stepped back. You were a little surprised. What kind of oath did this person suddenly say? Just because I iron your clothes, you were so touched. He's speechless. This stupid woman, he pinched your cheek softly, saying helplessly, don't you understand romance? You only know how to ruin the atmosphere. You resist the urge to roll your eyes. You should save this for later. Hope you will not be too surprised after seeing Rowoon. After tidying up yourself, you both came out. There was no one in the living room. Wait here, I will go and see where Rowoon is. You walked towards your son's room. He's not here, and you thought he must be with his aunt. Pushing open the door, you saw Jenny applying the facial masks. Sarang, you looked around but didn't see Rowoon. Where is he? Jenny blinked. Who? Rowoon. You didn't bring him back. Jenny was confused, then nodded after a while. He should be in kitchen. He went to eat some snacks. Did you see him? At kitchen, looking at your expression, Jenny felt something was not right. Did you not see him at all? He said that he was going to have some fruits. He should be. Suddenly, you started to panic. Jungkook sat on the sofa. He was not calm. He rubbed his hands together. Clearly, he was just going to see a child. Why was he so nervous? It's just a child around 5 or 6 years. Why the elders be this much nervous to see child? For the first time, Jungkook felt in this way and it's strange for him. What was he going to say when he saw that child later? What was he going to call him? Son? Jungkook suddenly remembered the child's name, Rowoon. It sounds cute. Jungkook suddenly stood up but then again sat down and frowned himself. Why would he be nervous? His fingertips slightly tapped on coffee table, but the frequency was unstable. His pitch black eyes was full of fantasy, and finally he couldn't help but take out his phone to text Minho. What to say if you're going to meet child for the first time? He stared at the screen for a few seconds and was extremely annoyed when he didn't get text back. Minho must be busy. He locked the screen and slid phone into the pocket again. Why hasn't wine come out yet? And suddenly he narrowed his eyes. Could it be she took child away again? Thinking, Jungkook's expression changed and he stood up to go and see you, but he unintentionally saw a little guy walking in the living room with plate full on fruit carefully. A small tofu pudding stand there with fruits when he saw a tall guy there. Little guy's height was just above his knees. Just a one glance and Jungkook was glued there, just like he had been struck by lightning. The little guy in front of him seems to be a miniature version of himself. His heart twitched looking at the face similar to his. His brain actually went dead. Little guy was stunned first. When he saw big man that he stopped walking and his glass-like black eyes stared without impurities and then walked forward. Jungkook saw how little guy was confused seeing him, but soon that little guy started to walk step by step towards him. Every step he took seemed to step on the tip of Jungkook's heart. Jungkook didn't notice that his fingertips were actually trembling. This is beyond his expectation. Rowoon walked past Jungkook and put the plate on the table. The porcelain made a crisp sound when it collided with the table. Only then Rowoon looked up at Jungkook and saw how tall man's expression turned shock to disbelief. Why is that so useless? He stared at Rowoon as if he had seen some ghost. Uncle, do you want to eat some fruit? Rowoon looked so innocent and harmless, and he handed one slice of apple to Jungkook. That made Jungkook squatted down to pat at his cheek. You, have we finally met? Looking at such a similar face as if it's craved from the same mold. All the nervousness from before disappeared and only left was shockness. Before Jungkook could touch Rowoon's fair cheek, a female voice called out. Rowoon, you ran almost like you were running to a marathon, but your voice was just whispers, and then stopped when you saw this scene, and Jenny behind also stopped. She forgot to take off facial masks in urgency. Your mind go blank and you didn't know what to say. Jungkook's hand trembled to touch Rowoon. Your heart started to beat violently and fear lingered. It was almost unable to bear. Jenny grabbed your hand to be strong. Jenny pulled you back to your room and made you drink a glass of water. Suddenly you became anxious. Jungkook was still sweating after pulling back his hand, while Rowoon sat on the sofa and started to eat apple, making cracking sounds of fruits chewing. Rowoon didn't mind Uncle not taking his offer and continued to mind his own business. You are Rowoon. Even Jungkook's voice trembled. Rowoon looked at him and blinked, nodding. Yes. Jungkook felt his heart thump as if something had exploded inside. This is your child that you're talking about? Jungkook couldn't believe it. No matter how he see it, he was almost certain of one thing. Suddenly he grabbed Rowoon's wrist that he was eating fruit. Looking at child's eyes, Jungkook narrowed his eyes dangerously. Who's your dad? The subtle atmosphere was ruined at this moment and Rowoon looked up at Jungkook. I don't have a dad. Rowoon simply replied. Jungkook held his shaky breath. You don't have a dad? He couldn't believe that you never said anything about him to this child. Mummy said dad is dead. Jungkook almost vomited blood when he heard it. So that women cursed him like that. Your dad is dead, then what was the features that exactly matches with his? Ronnie hasn't seen dad from his birth. That's maybe the case. Then do you think Jungkook approached him with his heart stuttering? Do you look like me? What was that question? How could child know if they looked same or not? So Rowoon stuffed another fruit and chewed, staring the man who's right in front of him, kneeling down. Can you stop eating now? Jungkook requested, but Rowoon shake his head smiling. Oh, I can't. I likes this fruit. Mummy bought many for me. After speaking, he picked another piece and bring near Jungkook's mouth. Jungkook sniffed again and bite the piece of fruit. The sour and sweet taste stimulated his taste bud and he swallowed after chewing. Thousands of thought gathering. Uncle, is it good? Rowoon asked, smiling. Jungkook was frowning again and again, and he said with his dry voice, "Don't call me uncle." "What should I call you then?" Little guy blinked, looking curiously. Jungkook held the little's shoulders and embraced him with his shaky palm, caressing little's head. "I'm not your uncle, I'm your dad." Jungkook closed his eyes. He was holding back the urge to go and find that woman. His eyelashes trembled. No wonder she hid Child's existence and said not to investigate. So that's how it is. The child she was carrying were actually his. "Why, you hide it from me." Jungkook gritted his teeth, trying to control his anger. How dare she? "It's quiet in the room, Jenny, and your expression was so deep and serious. You curled up there with complicated thoughts. What was going on there? You didn't dare to speak casually, afraid that your words might affect your own emotions. To be honest, you're scared. Time could be sad to be the saddest. You wanted to go, but afraid of the situation, so both wait." There are no any sound coming from the living room. Unable to keep up, Jenny stood up. "I will go and check real quick." Jenny just took few steps and you stopped her. "Don't go. Are not you curious to know how they are doing?"